A warm welcome to this week's edition of Breeding to Win. Great to be back with you after a fantastic sun met and overall an awesome Cape summer season. It certainly has set the stage for what we can look forward to during the Highveld season, which already has got off to a good start. Time now to take a look at what's on tonight's show. We bring you an insert on the CRT sale. We feature a promotional video about the worldwide equine health and protocol. Fiona chats to Grant about the Claverflay Farm sale race. We showcase Horizon. And last but not least, we profile John Freeman's Wiley Hall. Central Route Trading will be holding their horses in training and mixed sale on Friday the 8th of February at Durbanville. The Breeding to Win team have compiled this insert on the up-and-coming sale.
We caught up with Jacques Charles from Central Route Trading earlier in the month regarding the mixed sale that's happening on the 8th of February here in Cape Town, and it's lovely to have Jacques on the show again today to give us a little bit of an update on that sale. Jacques, welcome.
Thank you, Fee. Thanks for having me as always.
And the sale has been greatly supported, hasn't it? There looks to be over 80 entries and you're still expecting a few supplementaries.
Yeah, Fee, we're very excited. There's 84 official entries. We're in print with a catalogue. And as we speak, there's a few supplementaries coming in, so we'll close the door for that tomorrow or Friday, and then we'll have that in print as well.
I've had a little look at the catalogue so far, and it looks like a good catalogue. You've got some lovely pedigrees, and you've got some great vendors. Yeah,
look, it's from some of the bigger farms are all supporting. Obviously, the Wiley Hall Breeding Syndicate, so there's plenty of Wiley Halls. First runner, first winner, so good time to get in. And a nice spread across all the sires, you know, so there's definitely something for everyone, from yearlings right through to broodmares.
Yeah, we chatted to John Freeman and Oscar Folks about Wiley Hall last month as well, and you know, he's doing really, really well, so that's something to get excited about. There's lots on the sale.
Yes, then definitely, and you know, the syndicate did well to support him, like you have to do with a new sire, and you know, the runners are on the ground now, so we'll see the results, and hopefully, you know, you've got time to get in.
What I love about this sale is there's something for everyone. There's some fantastic mares on the sale, there's some wonderful youngsters, and of course we've got some horses in training as well.
Yes, look, we're trying to create a platform for trading horses and for giving vendors an opportunity to trade where it's not coming at a high cost, it's not coming at a, you know, where you have to sell a horse for a big price just to break even. So, and with this we are getting the mixed entries, which makes it nice for everyone, you know. So we've got the breeders that come to the sales, we've got the people to race, and the trainers also enjoy coming.
And sadly we lost Chris Gerber earlier in the year, but again it's an opportunity for some of his decent stock to be sold on a sale like this.
Yeah, look, it's obviously tragic that we lost Chris. What a great guy to the industry. There's four of his 2-year-olds that currently in training but unraced. Very excited to have them on the draft, and yeah, we're excited about those.
And it's going to be a good sale because it comes at a good time, just after the Cape Premier yearling sale. There'll be a few people out there that didn't manage to purchase, and they'll be looking for something to work with.
Yes, we hope so, and you know, we've still got a lot of visitors in Cape Town, and they're going to be around until March, I believe, so hopefully we can entice them to come and have a look and see what else there is on offer.
Well done to you and all the team, because it really looks like you've put together a nice catalogue, and the sale will be at Durbanville Racecourse. The catalogue's not finalised yet, but you're looking to start at about 2 o'clock?
Yes, so 2 o'clock on Friday the 8th of February, that's the sale. Viewing from early morning. The mares with foals at foot will bring the day before, just so that they can settle in a bit, and yeah, I'm sure there will be a good social afterwards. Yeah,
absolutely, and we've spoke about it before, but so far Central Route Trading has been a success, and some really good horses have come off the sale and gone on to win.
Yeah, we've been fortunate. The results have been good. and it's always been well supported. It's always been a broad band of buyers, which from a vendor perspective, that's what you want. And from an auction perspective and a company perspective, we're very happy with the way it's been going.
Many champion racehorses have been sold at the Klavervlei farm sale over the years. For the first time in history, John Costa and his team have decided to have the Klavervlei farm sale race, which will take place at Durbanville Racecourse on the 9th of March. Grant Knowles chats to Fiona Ramsden and tells us more about this initiative.
The Klavervlei farm sale was held back in June last year, and it's always a fun event, and some really good horses come off that sale. And with me today is Grant Knowles to talk to me about the Klavervlei farm sale race, which is coming up on Saturday, March the 9th at Durbanville. Grant, it's lovely having you on the show from a different angle today.
Completely different angle, yeah, and exciting times as well, because a new initiative from Klavervlei with the farm sale race, and 225,000 Rand up for grabs from any horse that went through the ring out at Klavervlei in June. And that was obviously nicely sponsored by Betting World as well, so a big thank you to them. But it'll be great fun, and then we'll host some of those racegoers and some of their owners there at Durbanville in the middle of March, so it'll be great.
And I remember back at the time of the sale, it was a great incentive to buy, wasn't it, with knowing that that bonus race was coming up?
Yeah, because it wasn't a big catalogue. I think we sold just over 100 horses, so your chances of getting a run is quite decent as well, because you can run 16 horses, so more than 10% of the sale catalogue has got a chance of actually getting into the race. 225,000 Rand. In terms of the distance, we're going 1,250 metres out at Durbanville. And then, like I said, we'll have a lovely Bedouin, and we'll invite the guys that have runners on the day for that day. And we were actually wanting to make a bit more of a day there as well. If we want to get like an inter-stud soccer tournament, and maybe run that in the morning prior to the race meeting. We had all the guys from the farms, the different grooms and that, who have all participated at the various sales now and through the season. And it might just be nice to get them to the course and have a little inter-stud farm soccer tournament with a bit of a prize sponsored by maybe one of the betting companies, and then let all those grooms and their families stay on and enjoy racing and have a braai there as well. So we want to make it a nice family day for farm members, and I think it'll be a great initiative, and let's hope everyone jumps on board and participates.
Yeah, Durbanville Racecourse is the perfect venue for that, because we know we can get a good crowd there, and as you said, lots of fun and entertainment. And I think we're going to get good entries for the race. Yeah,
we should do, because even if they haven't raced, you'll be able to enter a maiden in there and they'll be able to take their chances. So your first crack at earning any sort of stake money will be a 225,000 Rand race. So it'll be fantastic. And you never know what might come out and win there. You might have bought a horse for 5 grand, you may have bought one of the top prices. But you've got a chance. We've seen some of the horses like Twist of Fate of a 20 grand purchase go on and do great things in the Cape season. Yeah, it's such a fun sale, isn't it? We always have such a good time, and that sale will be happening again in June. We've actually just finalised the date today, yeah. So Saturday the 15th of June will be the farm sale date for 2019. And again, I think we'll have just over 100 horses catalogued. And yeah, once again, we'll be looking to have a farm sale graduate race as well. So it'll be quite fun. But I think the guys enjoy it, and they come out to the countryside and they do a bit of wine tasting, visit the farm, look at our stallions and all that. And it's just a good fun event. And we even had some people specifically fly in from the UK to come and attend it. So showing that it is a social event not to be missed.
Yeah, I think it's a great incentive for the buyers, and of course, as you said, a great time to get everyone back together from the sale, and also perfect timing because we've had the busyness of the season. It's nice to have something to look forward to, a nice race day like that, you know, get the people on course.
Yeah, and Durbanville lends itself to that, doesn't it? Like you said, it's a fantastic day to bring the family. You can light a fire. You can't really do that anywhere else, and you can have a braai. We've had poiki competitions there before, and I think the guys would really enjoy having a bit of a soccer tournament first. They can get cleaned up and have a shower afterwards in the clubhouse, and then enjoy a nice day's racing with a betting voucher that they can maybe turn into some profits for themselves as well. So I think it'll be a nice catchy day, and I think a lot of the guys should participate and come and enjoy the country atmosphere that Durbanville has to offer. I know what the guys at Kenilworth are putting that market on there as well. So there'll be so much happening. You'll have the soccer, you'll have the market, you'll have the big race as well. And I think we can make a right occasion of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like it's going to be a really good fun day, and I'm sure we're going to see some good horses running, because we've also said that this sale really does provide some top horses, and they've gone on to win great things.
Edict of Nantes was a farm sale horse. Think of Sand and Sea. No, he wasn't. It was Captain of All, who was a farm sale graduate as well. And geez, one of them is racing in Hong Kong, one of them standing at stud. So we've had some cracking results off the farm sale. And I think what John Costa always says about the farm sale is it's so nice not to have pushed any of these yearlings to make it to a sale. They come rough and ready out the paddocks, and the true horsemen can look at them and they can tell where the horse is going to develop and what type of animal he'll end up being. So I think it's a great way for guys to see a horse that's really just in its natural environment, and they always come back and they say, geez, these horses just improve and improve because they haven't been pushed at an early age. So it's a great initiative, and it's really worked out fun for Klaarflame, not only because of the results on the track, but because of the PR we get when everybody comes to the farm and we drive them around for the weekend, and it's very sociable. And I think we're going to try to get a nice heading band again, maybe a watershed type band again, and just have a proper after party. I think everyone deserves to let their hair down once after the sale's finished.
Sounds absolutely brilliant. So the race day on March, obviously a bit nearer the time, we'll know what time it all kicks off with the football, with the racing.
We formed a subcommittee to put the event together with Kenilworth Racing, and they've been great. The program's out in the fixture list, so all the trainers will be able to see the conditions of the race and what the entry fees and all those details as well. I think at this point there are 9 horses from the farm sale that have raced, so they look like they're the obvious ones that possibly might be in the field. But as I said, if the field can take 16, I think it is, and there'll be a whole bunch of horses that might just be making their debuts in as well. But it's a great way to get excitement for your first run.
It could just be quite a competitive contest.
I think it'll be a great contest. It'll be great fun, I know, and I'll make sure that you and Stan are working, that I can have the day off.
Well, really good to chat to you today, Grant. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Brilliant, thanks very much.
Well, really looking forward to being out at Durbanville on Saturday the 9th of March for the Klaarflame farm sale. I think it's going to be well supported, and it sounds like it's going to be a fabulous day of fun. So get yourself to Durbanville on Saturday the 9th of March.
The South African horse. South Africa has a long and proud equine history, from breeding cavalry remounts to world-class racehorses, endurance horses, and sports horses of all disciplines. The South African horse has proven himself in all fields on the international stage. Exports have been a difficult process due to African horse sickness. However, in recent years, South Africa has made great strides, united in the cause of sustainable exports to the world. Risk mitigation measures have been put in place, and South Africa is now ready to offer the world a sustainable export path for our horses.
South Africa has a thriving breeding industry and a burgeoning export market. Generations of horsemen and women have secured South Africa's status as breeders of world-quality bloodstock. Despite a relatively small equine population, the South African thoroughbred has proven itself time and time again on the international stage. International race winners include Variety Club, the Grade 1 Hong Kong Champions Mile, JJ the Jet Plane, the Grade 1 Hong Kong Sprint, Soft Falling Rain, the Go Dolphin Mile in Dubai, Shay Shay, the Elgoz Sprint in Dubai, and many more. Great strides have been made in the improvement of South Africa's veterinary procedures regarding African horse sickness. Cape Town boasts a world-class quarantine station, and recent scientific advances have successfully mitigated the risk of African horse sickness.
Before horses arrive here at quarantine, they are tested for African horse sickness. We use a PCR test at one of the government-approved laboratories. They can't start their quarantine procedure unless they are sure that all the horses are correct. The vaccinations that are required for export have all been done, and the blood test for African horse sickness has come back negative. They check that the horse is microchipped and that the microchip coincides with what is in the passport, and then they start their quarantine procedure. And basically, for a full 14 days, which is in line with the international standards, they would be in this facility permanently for the duration of quarantine. And at the end of 14 days, they are tested for African horse sickness. If that shipment is negative for African horse sickness, we can say that that shipment is African horse sickness free and would be 100% safe to be exported anywhere in the world.
A vital part of South Africa's disease control strategy is effective movement control.
We are basically here to just double check that all the movement requirements to the sale are in place. There aren't any horses here that have moved illegally from either the protection zone or the infected zone into the surveillance zone. Our team basically will take the passport, we'll check the identification of the horse and the microchip to make sure that the right horse is in the right stable, and then we check whether there's a health certificate, if it's necessary, whether there's a permit, whether the vaccinations are correct, and the identification is correct. And in fact, there is a passport for the right horse.
Adrian Todd is the Managing Director of the South African Equine Health and Protocols, a non-profit company tasked with establishing long-term sustainable equine exports, as well as internal movement control.
South Africa's involved a number of international experts, from AusVet with Dr. Evan Sargent to European experts. We've actually conducted a risk assessment study for export from South Africa, both from a higher risk zone and a low risk zone. This is all in compliance with the OIE regulations for exports. We've actually discovered and found that exports from a low risk zone, the risk mitigation factors in place, it is a perfect opportunity. The risk is acceptably low. South Africa has always had African horse sickness. South Africa has never exported African horse sickness. What South Africa has exported is quality horses.
Use science, use processes that are internationally recognized, such as vector-protected quarantine, and that allows us to have sustainable exports going forward. And that's what we hope with any new country that we can talk with. And really what that science is based on PCR testing, which allows us to detect that antigen of African horse sickness within the horse's blood very, very accurately, as well as processes within a vector-protected quarantine environment, which the OIE also recommends and allows. Under those processes, can we export horses responsibly? And we can, and the science has shown that we can. So that's really, going forward, what we're looking to do.
The progress that has been made, movement control, diagnostic testing, and control of vaccinations, all together proves that we are now ready to be on the world stage. And South Africa remains dedicated and committed to long-term sustainable exports of equines.
Another progeny of Dynasty has retired to stud and will be hoping to follow in his father's footsteps. Horizon is currently standing at Himmel and Ada and is being managed by Justin Vermaak.
Horizon is out in front, he shows his class, and Horizon goes on to win it.
Multiple Group 1 winner Wiley Hall stands at Vaughan Costa's Shively stud. The son of Reduced Choice caught the eye with his first crop of yearlings last season. Well, his progeny, no doubt, will be looking to catch the eye again this year.
Wiley Hall is the only multiple Grade 1 winning son of Australia's undisputed king of sires, Reduced Choice, at stud in South Africa. He achieved a merit rating of 119. A versatile performer who beat Turfentine 1400-meter course specialist White Line Fever at Grade 2 level and also won the Turfentine stallion-making Grade 1 South African Derby. First passed the post in 3 Grade 1 races and earned a check in 6 Grade 1 races. He is a half-brother to champion sprinter, Absolute Champion, who beat Silent Witness, breaking his own track record in the highest-rated sprint performance in the world in 2006. He is also a 3-parts brother to Grade 1 Oaks winner, Anna Marto. Wiley Hall's striking hands and heels defeat of a high-class field in the Grade 1 South African Derby is especially significant because his race record combines speed and classic class.
Wiley Hall, that comes together with Gothic as they pass the 200. Warhorse, here comes Talina, who's finishing strongly on the stand side. Wiley Hall is there. Gothic, Talina's on the outside, but it's Wiley Hall now coming to the lead into the closing stages from Gothic, and Wiley Hall has won the SA Derby.
First past the post in the 2014 Vodacom Durban July, Wiley Hall was denied victory in the boardroom.
Wiley Hall, Legislate now alongside. Wiley Hall, Legislate. Futurist flying on the inside. Here it comes. Wiley Hall perhaps ahead. Wiley Hall.
He warmed up for the Grade 1 Champions Challenge with a fluent win in the Grade 2 Colorado King Stakes.
Wiley Hall goes for home and he looks good for victory. Wiley Hall wins the Colorado King Stakes.
And then he won the Grade 1 Premier's Champions Challenge in fine style.
But it's Wiley Hall on the stand side, half the deficit, no worries. Matchmoo tries hard in the closing stages. Wiley Hall, Matchmoo tries hard, but she's not going to get there. Wiley Hall beats Matchmoo.
Wiley Hall's triple champion sire, Reduced Choice, is the undisputed king of Australian sires. Wiley Hall earned a check in 10 stakes races, including 6 Grade 1 races.
Well, Well, that's a wrap for this week's edition of Breeding to Win. Don't forget to join us next week, same time, same place, for more Breeding to Win action. From myself, Julie Alexander, and the rest of the Breeding to Win team, good night.